Sure, is that maybe the biggest goal of Casey Middlestad's career, or at least his time here?
Yeah, well, yeah, do or die game. Yeah, I would say yes, and it's good to see him coming back around on the offensive side of it. Obviously, makes a big play at the home game to get us a goal as well. So, back-to-back games, and we've seen him kind of get a little bit streaky in the past, and it'd be nice to see that continue.
Colin?
We were just talking about consistency with Devon, and I know you talked about the same thing. What from game 1 and game 5 can you see in the consistencies for those two wins?
Well, I mean, I just thought we were freed up a little bit on the offensive side of it. We were more productive in ozone play. I don't think it's been a lack of effort. I just think that last night we seemed like we were a little bit more at ease in the series and focused on playing our game and kind of sticking with it regardless of time and score of the game. And you're at this point, you have nothing to lose, and guys played with a little bit more confidence, ozone play, hanging on to pucks, making plays, and trying to get into the middle of the ice a little bit more and be more creative. And it starts with their skating in the offensive zone and being able to hang on pucks and get your eyes up and make plays. And to me, that's the biggest difference from last night from, say, the previous two games.
Nate made an interesting comment last night about he remembers how it felt when you guys lost a couple of game 5s a couple of years ago. And obviously, you were able to win those, but was that any bit of the message yesterday? Like, let's plant the seed of doubt?
Well, it's part of it. Last night we couldn't just be trying to plant a seed of doubt, right? We had to win the hockey game. But I think having accomplished that, we know what it feels like, and we know what they're going to try and go through over the next 24 hours, and we know that we have to go out and try and better our performance from last night in order to win Game 6. And so, it is, again, you got two teams that really want it and are really working hard for it, and when you reach or hit failure, then you have to regroup and go again, and that's not always easy. And at the same time, when you have success in a game, you've got to be able to look at why, and it's been pretty clear to us on why we're winning and when we're not. So I think going through that again tomorrow and reiterating a couple of those points and focusing in on the game again tomorrow night, and really being sharp and knowing what they're going to go through early in the game and where they have to get to, that having been through that never hurts that mental side of the process, and a lot of our guys on our team have been through it.
Right.
How motivated is that whenever we go home kind of aspect of where you're at in the series now, taking the comfort out of the game?
Yeah, I mean, pressure is always something that's earned. We have high expectations. I feel like we've earned those. I think the pressure comes along with it. We didn't handle it great in the beginning of the series at times, and last night we did. And I think it should give us confidence going into Game 6 that we're able to, go play a really good hockey game, even though it's high stakes.
Colin?
I know you talked about changing up lines yesterday. With Mikko Rantanen kind of, I don't want to say being in a slump, but not producing as much as he usually does. What do you do as a coach other than changing up those lines to kind of help give him that spark?
All you can do is kind of go through things that you're seeing in the game that may help them, may not help them. I mean, all the things that we go through, this time of year, because you have a day off in between, there may be some personal video, but a lot of it's to benefit the whole group, right? So any player can watch it, sort of understand it, go through it in their head, how it would apply to their game, and if they apply those things along with the work ethic and competitiveness, then I feel like the guys are put in a position to have success, right? So Mikko, to me, has been getting better as the series has gone on, more competitive. It's starting to show up. I mean, huge play last night on the Casey's goal, right? He had great breakout, moves through the neutral zone, moving his feet, puts it in, wins the forecheck, leads to the ozone play where he's a screen in front of the net, and we end up getting the rebound. So, I'm starting to see a lot of productive things in Mikko's game, and I'm sure his offense will come with that.
Finish with Jesse, then Ryan.
I know you're not going to hang your hat on the fact that you guys won last night, but how proud are you of the group that, especially the way that Game 4 went, everything around it, the effort for them to bounce back the way they did last night with the performance, the 60-minute performance they
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of them. I mean, I think we got it going in Game 4 at home. Second and third period, we got better as that game went on. Did not like our first. And made some mistakes again, not unlike last night, but we were able to sort of respond and rebound from some of the mistakes with some big plays on the offensive side of it. Power play had a lot to do with it. Our top guys had a lot to do with it, but throughout our lineup, I thought we were really competitive, and it was a little bit more difficult last night when you lose Yak early on, and you're kind of bouncing guys around, so guys filled in where they needed to and did a really nice job in some different line combinations and trying to keep the whole bench involved. But it was a great team effort, and again, I didn't feel like last night we didn't get uptight. We just continued to play our game, which is exactly what we have to do, focus on our process for success and continue to play regardless of time and score of the game. I think it's really important for us, and like I said, we didn't get uptight. We played like we were relaxed and confident, and I think that's what it takes this time of year.
Right. Is there a sense that you guys have kind of cracked what Dallas has done? You're kind of figuring a way through it, and then I know you mentioned last night Trenton would be evaluated today. Do you have an update?
I don't have an update yet. He'll, when we land here, and all these guys will go and do what they need to do with the trainers and doctors and whatever else, and we'll figure out what the plan is probably tomorrow. Might take till after morning skate before we know. On the first part, we know them so well coming in, then you face it and you face it again. They'll be the same with us. You feel like you have a good tactical plan. You're making tweaks to your game along the way that you feel like can give you success. It's about being able to execute still through their pressure and through their attack points in order to be able to create offense, and that seems to be the thing. I think the mistakes on the defensive side are pretty clear. We've had one or two a game that have ended up in the back of our net. We feel like we can clean those up, but definitely when it comes to the defending part of the game over the course of the series, I feel like we've been getting better and better at not giving them so much ozone time and taking away some of the things they're trying to do. And on the offensive side of it, it's a challenge, but I do think that the guys are pretty clear on the plan. I think the plan works, as we've seen when we're able to execute, and it's about consistency and trying to do that for a full 60, and then being able to capitalize on the opportunities you get. Some nights we have, some nights we haven't.
Thank you, Jared.
Yep.
Thank you, Jared.